Hi, so let's do a quick analysis in 5 minutes for the stocks which are looking good. So from the BSOFT was actually one of the stocks जो हमने कल identify किया था ये आज अच्छी चली and it seems like it still has potential to breach the all-time high of 450 region. India Bull Housing Finance, Bosch, M&M after the result good 900 के ऊपर, especially 906 के ऊपर अगर ये sustain की then we would be entering tomorrow. This is also true for RBLBANK. RBLBANK भी को अच्छी move दे रही है. In general, the trend is getting weaker for Adani Enterprise as well as for Gujarat Gas. Tata Power भी आज 450, 250 levels के तरफ गई, but then there was a profit booking from higher levels. Closing above 250 would be something जिसमें हम अपना positions बनाएंगे. TVS Motor भी there was a good sell off. Now we have to see ये गैप फिल होने में कितना टाइम लगती है एंड हाउ इट इज़ गोइंग टू मूव इन जनरल. अगर TVS मोटो 800 के ऊपर क्लोजिंग देती है सो इट वुड बी अ गुड थिंग. UBL also at lifetime high. This the trend is somewhat getting weaker and so मेरा कोई पोजीशन है नहीं, but in general the trend is getting weaker and Ashok Leyland भी it closed at a new 52-week high. This is also looking good. Other than that, IRCTC may be अच्छी move आ रही है. Let's see if it is able to breach the levels of 880. Trend is also looking good in the sense there is a nice consolidation after a good gap up opening. You can see since last 4 sessions and it's going towards 1200. So definitely I would be keeping that. Also national LM also ये 100 levels पे बहुत दिनों से है. Let's see if it is able to hold the levels of 95. ये अगर होल्ड करती है एंड स्पेशली अगर 107 109 के ऊपर जाती है then definitely national LM में भी अच्छी मूव आ सकती है. बाटा इंडिया we identified yesterday and today also there was a good move. It's very near to its all-time high. So Delta Corp is also very near to its channel resistance of 300. ये देखना होगा कि ये इसको ब्रीच करती है कि नहीं. सो there are some stocks which are looking good and giving some momentum. Metropolis भी एक अच्छी move दी especially after a closing above 3000 and it's still ongoing persistent भी हमने कल identify किया था. This is also looking good. Let's see अगर ये 4000 levels को hold कर पाती है. In general आज हम लोगों को अच्छी मूव मिली इन ऑल दिस IT कंपनीज जस्ट लाइक नौकरी में ये 6400 तक 6200 तक गई and so basically it's nicely consolidating and we are just waiting for 6300. ये levels जब breach होंगे नौकरी में then we would be entering in more quantity. Dixon was also able to hold. Similarly, you can see LTI and LTTS. Both of these companies they also have the similar structure. In general, mid cap IT is looking good. IndusInd Bank after a gap down opening, you can see it's still struggling for 1100 region. In general, I think this would be very hard for this particular script to cross the levels of 1130 in this short term. McDowell is also getting weaker, similar to what we saw with the UBL, so they are in sync. Other than that, India Mart is still this level of 5000 6800 is sort of important. इसी levels पे बहुत दिनों से है. Let's see if it is able to move past it. In general, जब तक ये 8000 is a very strong resistance for this expiry and I would be surprised अगर ये 8000 के ऊपर closing they can move की. Of course, you never know, there can be some news-based movement which can come, but in general this is not generally doesn't happen. As I mentioned, LTI LTTS बहुत अच्छी एक structure बना रही है. LTI में अगर 7000 के ऊपर closing आई और LTTS में especially 5300 is like a strong resistance right now. It's trading at 5100. सो आई थिंक यहाँ पे मेरा स्ट्रेटजी है 200 पॉइंट की एक रैली में पार्टिसिपेट करने की. लेट्स सी. इन जनरल अगर 5000 के नीचे क्लोजिंग आती है इट विल बी डेट्रीमेंटल फॉर द स्टॉक, बट आई रियली डाउट इट बिकॉज I am seeing that there are these positions and interest getting added. Atul actually looks really weak and in general अगर 9000 के ऊपर बहुत जल्द क्लोजिंग नहीं आई, especially I would be suggesting to keep a track of 9050 levels on a closing basis. So that would be interesting. IEX also, it faced some resistance around about in 800 region. हमने अपने पोजीशंस जो बनाए थे इन दिनों में वी स्क्वायर्ड अप एट 731 लेवल. सो एंड फ्रॉम देयर यू कैन सी द स्क्रिप्ट हैड अ गुड रन. In general 800 seems like a good resistance. So let's see अगर ये 800 के ऊपर closing देती है then there can be some new move expected in IEX. Mindtree made an all-time high today. We took part in this trade. In general I'm pretty sure 5000 का target अभी भी मेरा open है and I am expecting it to let's see how it moves from your emphasis also. As I said, all the companies, IT companies, they were able to give a good move, and hopefully this is going to continue. Axis Bank actually looks weak, so ये 750 region में बहुत देर से consolidate कर रही है. So let's see if it is able to take it forward. Gale and HCL Tech also, it's also something जो 1200 के ऊपर के closing में we would be entering again. Power Grid faced resistance at 190 and is consolidating at between 190 and 185. Let's see किस तरफ की move आती है. और Ramco Cement also, it's जब तक as long as the levels of 1060 is held, it's not a problem. Sorry, it's right now at 1080 levels. Maruti ka 7500 should be a good support. Similarly FSL also, it has been consolidating in this range. Let's see agar ye especially levels of 210 seems like a good resistance. So in general FSL is between 200 and 220. You see range mein hai, so let's see which direction it gives. In general agar ye 190 ke niche trend karna start ki, then of course this 200 will start acting like a resistance and then there can be further correction. Loras also is looking really weak. Is the same thing. If you are जब तक आपको 520 के ऊपर मूव नहीं आती है Loras Labs में, there's nothing much you can expect. And the worst thing is if the levels of 490 and 485 are breached on a closing basis, then definitely it will correct towards 400 in short to medium term. SBI card was unable to hold the levels of 1100. And until and unless ये 1120 इसके ऊपर अगर closing नहीं देती है, there's not much we can expect. There was a lot of hula bull on this particular one. I remember especially on Diwali trading, Muhurat trading day. But I didn't participate because I knew that 1120 will act like a resistance, and that's exactly what happened. Actually I created some shorts on that particular Diwali day, and this is I'm going to carry it until and unless I see a strong good move coming from here. In general I think it is going to be between this levels of 1050 and 1100. Similarly GSBL as Britannia also, after the result it got a support at 3600. This was already known, and this is also what I shared in my video, and so it's good to see. Let's see how it moves. In general ये 3600 से 3800 ये एक अच्छी एक target होगी from here for a short term trade. JK Cement, Muthoot Finance, so these two are very similar structure, and these are sort of bearish. Let's see, Muthoot Finance still has a important zone of 1600. Maybe it will come and it will get some support. Similarly JK Cement may get a support from 3500, but in general these two from today onwards is looking at least weak to me. Thanks a lot for listening of this. And similarly also HDFC Bank is weak. ये 1600 लेवल को होल्ड करने की कोशिश कर रही है, but is unable to until and unless you see a good move towards the levels of 1650. In general it was in a box, and right now it has spent a lot of time in consolidation, so a move should be coming very soon. Torrent Pharma had created positions at 2800 on this particular day and 2780 levels, which I'm still carrying. Mera 3000 ka target hai. Let's see if I'm able to achieve that in a short term. Thanks a lot for listening. Hope this helps. Bye bye.